And that's kind of when I started exploring how I could use my political experience and knowledge and my marketing experience and knowledge and bring the two together in a way that would help businesses who don't have the a massive bank balance that they can fall back on for those times when it's considered insensitive to sell. And the soapbox was born.
Ta-da. So tell me about the soapbox. I mean, so the soapbox is a membership.
Yes.
Where you're having these conversations about how to do this. And did this start as you just kept having the one-to-one conversations and people wanted this sort of space? Was this like a demand creates supply? Or was this sort of an organic within you going like, this is the blue ocean, this is where I can be of service? Like how did it begin?
So I accidentally wrote a framework.
I love that. I love an accidental framework.
Which is
my longest post is an accidental framework of someone going, but how do I build a website?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, here's 7,000 words, right? Like, here's the 15-step process. Sometimes we have all this information in our heads we don't know until we sit down to write.
Yes.
So you wrote an accidental framework.
An accidental framework.
I should probably write a book called The Accidental Framework.
That would be a good one. And basically it's called How to Talk About Politics Without, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, I can't remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
How to talk about politics.
We'll put the little E on it. The people are used to it for me.
How to talk about politics without pissing people off.
Well, that's not even really a swear.
Yeah. I have to check these things. It's from...
I feel like now I should do that old school thing and be just like, earmuffs, guys. You just drop a couple. Okay, how to talk about politics without pissing people off.
Yes. Because I'd been having individual conversations with people and about this kind of, they'd say that they wanted to address it in some way but didn't know how. And I said, well, why not actually tell your audience what you think about something? Why not have a conversation? And they went, well, because I will piss everybody off and all of my clients will run away. And I'm like, well, will they?
Will they though? Will they?
I mean,
or will they go, hey, thank you for stepping up.
Yeah.
Or I disagree with you, but I respect that you have an idea about this and I'm willing to engage in a dialogue because I respect you.
Yes. And that was what I had found when I'd done things like that on my social media and in conversations. Even the people who didn't agree with me on everything, because I am I don't know, nailing colours to the mast, a raving socialist. But still but I'm still able to have conversations with people who aren't, obviously. So when I had those conversations, the people who disagreed with me went, this is really interesting. And you're not talking to me like I'm an evil person who wants to destroy everything that you hold dear. Can we talk about it some more? So the framework was me answering those questions. How do I talk about it in a way that doesn't make me feel like I am scaring away all of my potential clients, or that I'm using the platforms that I have to browbeat people into completely changing their minds and agreeing with me.
Or that I'm going to be trolled for the way that I believe things because people will disagree with me. Or, there's so many different things. Will I look like I'm trying to take advantage of a difficult situation in order to advance my own brand by, pulling on the coattails of something tragic?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of emotional and a lot of fear, but a lot of emotions in general tied to these cultural and societal things going on.
Yeah, definitely. And we can sometimes we're all up in our head about things and it's just because we're putting problems in place that aren't there. But with something like this, these issues are important enough for you to take time to think about why you think the way you do and to take time to approach them in a way that is sensitive with humility, as opposed to, and I think it's the people that that run in all guns blazing suddenly with a massive Instagram post about some topic that they've literally never mentioned before ever. Those are the ones whose audience go, this this is a bit weird and I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, and maybe I'll go sell with somebody else. So doing the work to get to that point is really important. And that's what the framework that I accidentally created kind of helps you do to do the work to get to that point. So it feels more like an organic evolution of your views or your brand's views on a topic, that you're bringing people with you, as opposed to all of a sudden becoming Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.